Good morning, and welcome to Willis Farms. Hopefully, I am working so hard not to echo. So let me know as you join. I would love to hear what you find that you had personal success. Let me change so that is not glaring in your eyes. Telling y'all. This light. Quick second. Let me stare at that for a second. There we go. Hello. Please say hi as you join. Let me turn this guy down. I'm telling you. Are we still echoey? I feel like I just turned myself off. Hello. Give me a little second. I will figure this out, I promise. There we are. We're back. We're just switch screens. It's all good. Okay, so today I wanted to share that with you. Isn't that beautiful? I cannot wait to paint it. Anyway, I wanted to share with you the end of our Fusion Friday, well, our Fusion week. So this week is very, very subtle color palette. This gorgeous little whale. It's part of the I completely forgot, like the Tots collection. And then we have limestone, and little whale is like a bluish gray, very, very super soft. Limestone is has yellow undertones, also very, very soft. And then we have our casement, which is our truest white of Fusion. So I don't know why I'm a little nervous today. Anyway, we're going to put some limestone. I store my Fusion in these bottles. It just makes it so much easier. See how subtle that is? It's just like a very light bluish gray. So incredibly beautiful. I'm not going to put casement on my board yet because I feel I'm going to actually, once this is complete, stain over it with the Fusion Mineral Paint Stain. They have we offer a white stain. Look at that. Camera, where are you? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I really felt that I was just going to stain over, since I am painting today on a natural wood board. This is a 1/2 inch plywood. And so anytime that you're painting on a plywood or a raw surface, the paint is just going to go right in. It's going to absorb. I did not prime it because I do want to stain over it, and it's going to be a beautiful finish. I'm really excited about that. So what's your success for this week? I would love to hear from you. I personally cannot believe that it is almost, is it the 3rd week in March? That's super exciting. Okay. Also, when you're painting barn quilts, you have the option of taping or freehanding. I prefer the very rustic look because I always think of my grandparents, my grandmother, both incredibly, incredibly talented. On my father's side, she painted a lot, actually. She carved dolls, and she carved wooden signs, and she would paint them after she carved them. So it was the beauty of her artwork was exceptional. And the thing that I love about it most was her personality was shown through just the I don't know, I don't want to say imperfections because to me it looked very perfect, but just her expression of how she painted and drew. So I prefer not to use tape when I am creating a barn quilt because I do want it to have more of a personality and have a little bit more of a rustic charm look. This I envision. Hello, Danny. How are you? Where are you tuning in from? I can never. Yes, it is going to be a quilt block sign. So the colors we're using today are Little Whale, Fusion Mineral Paint, Little Whale, and Limestone. They're right here. So this is Little Whale, and this is Limestone. And then to replace the casement, I'm actually going to stain over. Another thing I love about staining over a barn quilt block is you also get to fill in all those gaps if you are hand painting. It's just beautiful. So Fusion Mineral Paint has a white, so I'm going to stain over this in white. I envision this going, oh, okay, South Haven, Mississippi. I drove through there probably in 2003. I lived in Georgia, and unfortunately, my grandfather passed away. And on our way home, my husband and I decided to drive through Memphis and then went into Mississippi. So highly possible. Do you like barn quilts? Hi, Sandra. Hello, 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 hello. Danny, do you like barn quilts? Are barn quilts popular in your area? I like decorating with barn quilts. I think they're very beautiful art pieces. And depending on the color story, this one is just going to be so relaxing to the eye. I also see it being just like shelf art, and then you could put a pop of beautiful bouquet of hot pink flowers right in front of it. And this would be the perfect backdrop for that. So never worry if you get outside the lines. I will show you a trick if you just give me a quick second. That is wonderful, Danny. I also have a laser cutter. I cut this one last night. Can you see it? So I do design them and then starting to just cut them on my laser cutter. So I'm super excited about doing that one. So I design them and teaching myself how to cut them on my laser cutter. So you're just going to use a wet wipe and pull the excess paint off of there. This design right here is called the Ohio Star. It's a very good basic beginner's quilt block because it doesn't have too many intricate edges. I would suggest if you are new to the quilt block world, the barn quilt block world, to start bigger. Start big instead of small. Because if you look at this, can you see that? If you start small like that, that's really hard and you'll get frustrated. Because those are a lot of intricate angles and lines. So some of them I have tricks, and when I do workshops here, I give tricks because I want to set everybody up for success. Which one do you love? Sandra, do you love the one I just showed? That one's called the 4 Seasons. This one. That's called 4 Seasons. What's your favorite, Danny, what's your favorite barn quilt? Thank you, Danny. If you're joining me today and you don't mind sharing some love, let your friends know that we're here. I'm available for large barn quilts as well, 4 foot, hand paint. I do freehand a lot of my barn quilts, and I'm pretty old school when it comes to this. And also if you're watching on my YouTube, channel, please subscribe. I would love your support on that channel as well. This is very, very pretty. I think painting barn quilts is one of the most soothing, relaxing events anybody could do. And if you see the Fusion Mineral Paint, a little goes a very long way. So if you purchase a kit, I supply the paint in the kit. You will receive a sample. It's half of this generally, but it is enough to finish your barn quilt, and then a few craft accessories to go along with it. These are available for purchase on my website. This is testers. A tester is enough to paint a side table, a small side table. I will be posting to my page today. A customer shared this morning. They painted a side table, and it turned out absolutely beautiful. And then I did a tutorial of how to paint those old, outdated baskets. I'll probably do it again. But I did a tutorial how to do that, and she also shared the painted basket with me that she purchased Fusion Mineral Paint. It has the primer, the pigment, and the top coat all in one. So it has absolute beautiful coverage paint. And for barn quilts, it's exceptional because you can put it outside and not have to worry about it cracking, peeling, or fading. The colors will stay true, and it's minimum maintenance to a barn quilt that is painted with Fusion. So all of my customs that I am commissioned to paint outdoors, the 4x4s, I do paint them with Fusion mineral paint. I love when I go home. I'm originally from Iowa, and when I go home, I love driving through the countryside and seeing all the barn quilts. And one day on my page, Willis Farms Designs on Facebook, I'm going to do I hope to do a virtual barn quilt tour where everybody just posts pictures of barn quilts in their area. Wanda says I'd have to use tape to keep it that even lined. Well, Wanda, as you know, I have been painting majority of my life, and my art teacher, Miss Correa, taught us very well how to paint a straight line. So I contribute my steady hand to Miss Correa. Do you not remember, Wanda, where we had to sit in class and literally just do this? Don't you remember those days? I don't remember if you were in my art class. Also, writing class. My word. When I was in kindergarten, I got in trouble because I hold the pencil different than everybody else. But it served me well. So if you could see, this is how beautiful the coverage for Fusion is. I'm so excited about how this is turning out. It's such a beautiful, subtle project. It's going to be proudly displayed in my flower garden this year. That's 10, everyone. That one's Bella. 10, 10. I do not hear my doorbell. Your canvas painting. What canvas painting, Wanda? I remember, I don't know, were we in portrait class together? My canvas painting was of Jeff Johnson, and it did not survive. I think, you know, when you're a high school student and you're forced to, Jeff Johnson liked to tease girls a lot. And I was a cheerleader and I got teased. So one trick that I have about free painting is just go up to the line and just dab and then pull back. That's one trick that I always say, is literally you're just going to go up to your draw line, and then you're just going to pull back. But remember, we're not practicing perfection. We're just having enjoyment in the creative process. And you will never be this close to your project ever again unless you intentionally get that close. But when you view art, art is generally viewed 5 feet, 3 feet, 5 feet away. So you do not see the minor imperfections. Because your eye, even if there are imperfections, your eye blends them all in, fills in the gaps. Not Jeff. Yeah, mine was a Jeff. I don't even think it made out at high school, honestly. Okay, we are done with our little whale. Isn't that a beautiful? That's just a stunning color. Now I'm going to do trying to decide if I want to do here. Yeah, I think I will. Fusion cures hard in 21 days. So if you live in an environment where you're going to have a lot of weather variations, just keep your barn quilts in your house for the 21 days. And then the paint will actually cure hard, and then you can have it out in the elements and you don't have to worry about it. But some of us are not that patient. And I put mine out there a lot sooner than 21 days. My puppy believes that she owns the neighbor's house. So anytime there's activity at my neighbor's, my puppy feels that she needs to let me know. And remember, if there's gaps in your paint, we're going to actually stain over this. So that stain will just saturate in any gap. So you're not going to see them anyway. We could stain over this with a dark stain or a driftwood stain. The driftwood would be gray. I'm not going to do that one right there. I have decided I'm just going to do my insides for right now, and then I'll see how I feel. The beauty also of doing barn quilts is you get to make them your own. I am a little where I feel that it needs to represent a quilt block. So if that's how you would sew it, I am a seamstress, so that's how you would sew it and it duplicates itself, then I consider a true barn quilt block. There's a lot of modifications that are, with designs in the middle, with people putting stencils in the middle, which I consider quilt applique. Isn't that a nice common colors? It's beautiful. This one reminds me, honestly, of sitting by the ocean on St. Simon's Island when I lived in Georgia. I would take the kids to St. Simon's during the summer. We would just spend time there. The best picture of my dad at St. Simon's, too. I got him to wear a t-shirt and a cowboy and a baseball cap, sunglasses. It was awesome. So if you haven't yet and you're watching me from YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching me on Facebook, please push that little follow button. And no matter where you're watching, please sprinkle some love and tell your friends about me. I also offer party in a box. So I can mail kits and then you can get together with your friends and paint. And then I participate via Zoom. 2020 taught us how to pivot. I think all of us had to learn how to pivot in 2020. So this one is super simple and it comes together so quick. But this is called Ohio Star. So if you are just starting out painting barn quilts, I would highly suggest starting with this one. We did get out of our lines just a little. So if you get out of your lines, just take your wet wipe Clorox rag and just pull it along that line. What do you guys think? On YouTube, I am Willis Farms LLC. On Instagram, I'm Willis Farms LLC. My Pinterest is Willis Farms LLC. And my YouTube is Willis Farms LLC. And my business name is Willis Farms LLC. And that is also my business license. We are growing our Pinterest page, putting some barn quilts on there that inspire me, also putting information about bees and flowers because I love bees and I love flowers. I come from a line of gardeners, so that is very important to me. And bees are very important to gardening. Can't have a garden without bees, guys. So let's have a show of hands. Do you think I should paint these limestone? Or should I leave it like this and just stain it? I'm so glad that you found it, Sandra. That's awesome. Okay. What do you think? I'm going to paint him. How long have I been on here? Stain it. Okay, we have a vote. So here, we're talking about these. These are going to be blank. I think I do agree with you, Wanda. I think I should just stain them. Yeah, let's just do that. So what I like to do is I just like to let it dry for a couple of hours after I've painted it. And then I go back and I just stain over the whole entire thing. The paint and all of it. I just go ahead and stain it. I have a little bit of blue over my, and I just love the look of that. But isn't this calm? So incredibly soothing. And honestly, painting barn quilts is one of the most therapeutic, mentally relaxing exercises that you can do, in my personal opinion, because it does take a level of concentration and focus. So your mind starts to soothe itself and calm itself down. And then also just working with these beautiful colors, it just allows you, it drifts you to a different place. And I always hope that the colors can remind you of happy, beautiful times. And just barn quilts are a representation of our family, and a representation of memories that we have in our life. This one truly does bring me back to St. Simon's. So I think this one will be called St. Simon's. I am so glad that you joined me today. If you have any questions or would like to commission me for a barn quilt or purchase a kit, please go to www.willis, WILLIS farms, FARMS-LLC.com. That's my website. I sell the Fusion Mineral Paint. I am a licensed retailer for them. I also sell a variety of other products, but it's Fusion Friday. So today I decided to paint you this beautiful barn quilt. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. It's so stunningly beautiful. So I will definitely take a picture of it once I have it stained and share with you. And please help me get the word out. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe. And if you're on my Facebook, follow my page. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful weekend and stay creative. Bye.